Alright, so let's talk about this extra game chapter. Finally, I, I've been I've been reading this Raw chapter for like a month, and finally they got this fucking translation out on Manga Stream. So if you haven't watched it, or if you haven't read it, go to Manga Stream. It's on there. Uh, this chapter, it, it pisses me off in a good way. I would say, because I really don't like the fact that Jason Silver can outspeed Almine, can outjump Kagami, and can out overpower Murasaki Bara. I mean, for the fact that Almine was so freaking fast, and then he started training after he lost to um, Seirin, and so to that extent, Almine should be an absolute utter beast at this point. Um, so he practiced, he trained, etc. But but it still seems like Silver is faster. However, I'm going to make a big however there. Almine historically plays better the longer as the game goes on. So Almine is eventually going to surpass him, and not even counting the zone. Because listen, guys, by the end, I'll get there. I'll get there. Let's talk about the actual chapter before I go into some late game speculation and theory. Not even speculation, like shit that's going to happen, or at least very probable. Because I mean, it's worth talking about since we only get so much of extra game per like 2 months, and it takes forever to translate apparently. So yeah. Um, the beginning was very satisfying because obviously at the end of the last chapter, just as a refresher, uh, Murasaki Bara got the tip off right to Akashi, right to Almine, alley oop, the first points right on the board, like right off the gate. It was amazing. And then the start of this chapter, we have them just going ham on these guys. Freaking um, freaking Almine going nuts on them with his street ball. He's like, you guys aren't the only ones who learned street ball, bitch. Akashi, being Akashi for the most part, being able to keep up with quote unquote the shake and bake by can't remember by Gold, Nash Gold. Um, I thought that was funny how he calls that the shake and bake. That's so freaking stereotypical of like 90s and 2000s basketball. Oh my gosh. That's not even like nobody does anybody even use shake and bake anymore? Not and I'm not talking about the food either, guys. I'm not talking about that good ass chicken um, breading that you shake it, shake chicken and fucking cook it. That shit was delicious, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the shake and bake from. I'm talking about shake and bake in basketball terms, which is like such an old school term. My gosh, I haven't heard that since I played NBA Street. I'm just saying. That was like the last time I ever heard anybody say that phrase, at least in basketball terms. Um, but then as far as but yeah, Akashi's able to keep up with it, and he's forced to pass. So yeah, um, and of course they're all like, "What the fuck's this guy doing out from back there?" And of course Midoriyama just drains the three from way outside, and his lucky item is a TV remote. I think that was revealed before, but his lucky item is a TV remote, and apparently the horoscope's on his side, but whatever. It's awesome. Midoriya the shit, and Murasaki Bara blocking um, during the shit talking, where they're like, what they say? Um, they're like, you lose or something. Yeah, it was after Nash passed it to the inside guy. He's like, you lose, and Murasaki Bara is like, even I understand that much in English. It's like, bitch, and then just bitch slaps the ball away. Like, nope. Nope, you ain't getting past that. Even Kisei gets a nice block in the beginning of the chapter. Um, Yeah, I mean they pretty much all had a decent showing in the beginning, but they were only up by 4 points, which surprised me and pretty much disappointed me at the same time. Um, but of course, freaking Silver comes in and starts just destroying them, forcing them to bring out Kuroko and Kagami, the Light and Shadow, which actually I do like. I do understand why they're bringing in Kagami here because they really do need his jumping power against Silver, but they need to double team him like what they did in this chapter with Almine and Kagami, which was sick, by the way. Absolutely sick. I love it. With Almine and Kagami teaming up to friggin' block him. That was so sick. And of course, the end of the chapter, the cliffhanger of the Ignite past Kai is fucking Kuroko. Yeah, Kuroko is gonna go ham on this team. Um, yeah, they gotta animate this. They have to animate this when it's over. I mean, the anime had a big success, and the manga did too. So they have to animate Extra Game when it's done. But they can't do it any before. They can't do it before because otherwise they'll catch up way too quickly. Um, you know what they need to do? They need to make a movie, Kuroko no Basket Extra Game the movie, um, because everything that'll be covered in this will be about movie length in terms of anime content. Um, so yeah, that's what I think, honestly. Okay, so moving right along, um, we still haven't seen Gold's power yet. Like we saw the shake and bake, but we didn't see like his full power yet. And like they hinted at the fact that he hasn't shown his full potential yet. And so I think he's going to be the last threat. It's well, the combination between gold and silver is going to be the the final threat, in my opinion, where he's going to show his full potential, and silver will also show his full potential at the same time. However, now let's get into the theory here, where I think it's going to end up with either a direct drive zone or Akashi's team zone. Um, yeah, I think that's how it should end because I don't think direct drive zone is possible here because they haven't played with Kagami that long. Unless Almine is able to open it, because now he knows the secret of direct drive zone. Maybe he can open it, open that door. I mean, since Kagami already broke the boundaries of Kuroko no Basket, there's no reason why Almine can't do that when he's more skilled than Kagami. And now he's actually practicing. He has his love for the game back, you know? And now he understands how to open up that second door, so whatever. Um, or it'll be Akashi's pseudo team zone, where he can, because he's so good at passing while he's in the zone, that it's just going to be just unbelievable. Um, and then we have the perfect copy at the very end. Now, what happens with this perfect copy could be a couple of different things, because this perfect copy may include silver and gold's abilities instead of just the generation of miracles. We might see a two-handed windmill dunk. We might from Kisei with perfect copy. It wouldn't make any sense, but we might see it. But honestly, I'd rather he not. I'd rather he just stick to the gen abilities and with just like Kuroko and Kagami's abilities as well. Because I mean he knows how to do Kuroko's abilities, and I'm sure he can do anything from Kagami as well. Um, so that'll be crazy. Like, can you imagine Direct Drive Zone or Team Zone with the perfect copy? Holy shit. Murasaki Bar can go into the zone. Like, what we might see is like a team of all zone people. So, like Akashi Almine, yeah, Akashi Almine, Murasaki Bara, Kagami. Those are 4 people who can go into the zone confirmed. And so, I mean, I personally think there's no reason why Midorima and Kisei can't. They both have a very deep love for the game, and it's obviously shown. If Murasaki Bara can, so can the other 2. Obviously, we know Akashi and Aomine and Murasaki Bara can do it, and obviously we know Kagami can do it. And Kuroko, I'm not so sure. I'm kind of split on whether or not he can or not, but we're gonna see some zone shit at the end. It's obvious. It's obvious. And please, Fujimaki, please, for the love of God, do not let Kagami get that last, like that final buzzer beater. Let the final thing be the gen again, just the 5, or at least with Kuroko in there, and take out like say Akashi or something. I don't know, but just don't let it be a Kagami wank at the end. Just can't. It can't be. If it is, it's just gonna ruin the taste. But at the same time, this is just so cool. I love extra games so far. I mean, we could see a misdirection overflow as well. So that that is certainly a possibility in this game is misdirection overflow because at this point in the game, like we've gotten to a point in the game where he can start doing all his abilities: ignite, pass, Kai, vanishing drive, phantom shoot, um, things like that. Quasi Emperor's Eye with Kagami until the point where he is now has the spotlight, and then all of a sudden now he can use misdirection overflow by the end of the game. So I do think that's very, very likely. And so I would look out for that. I'll look out for that possibility a lot later in the game for overflow. If it doesn't happen, I would be surprised. So there will be overflow most likely, and then we have just a bunch of other shenanigans like stuff from Akashi. We still haven't seen much ankle break. We didn't see any ankle breaking yet. I'm wondering if he's saving that particular ability. Obviously, we'll have Kagami shenanigans, which is fine as long as it's at a minimum. And then we'll have. Oh, and another thing to mention is we'll have the because they have Taco on the team. Taco will come in at one point and do the combination with or not with Midorima. You know, where he passes into the shoot, like into the shot, like right away. That he was using against Akashi. I think that's why they pulled Midorima out so quickly, was because they're saving that for like a gimmick, where that's going to be like a key point in a very short like span of time before like Silver decides to focus on that or Gold, and then they switch it up where Hyuga can do the barrier jumper, and that will work for a very short limited time. As far as Wakamatsu, I'm not sure if there's any kind of gimmick he can provide except just stability, because he's just a good all-around player. But yeah, I think Hyuga and Tako are going to really help at certain points in the middle of the game that will like add extra points for them. Let's see. I mean, that's it for now. So this chapter overall was I liked it. I mean, again, the silver part pissed me off, but in a good way, because now I really want to see them just lay a complete and utter smackdown on the Jabberwocks. So thank you guys for listening, and hopefully just keep your fingers crossed that maybe the next chapter, the Raws, will be out soon, and then somebody will have the presence of mind to translate it quickly this time. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.